It has become a deadhead rite of spring. One weekend in May, thousands romp among the eucalyptus trees at Stanford University's Frost Amphitheater. This year, the 2 daytime shows were benefits for the Grateful Dead's charitable arm, the Rex Foundation. Earlier in the week, the Dead sound crew was evident setting up for the 2 days of shows. Both days, people showed up early. The Frost shows are family shows, and the eucalyptus groves surrounding Frost are the backdrop for one of the most enjoyable vending villages of the year. There was plenty to buy to put on, and even more to buy to put inside. On Saturday, booths were set up along the street, their traditional location. But on Sunday, police had moved things back so that all the vendors were in the trees. While the move may have hurt business a bit, it made for much more pleasant shopping and even kept the street clear. The Frost shows were generally a welcome change from recent experiences in Pittsburgh and Irvine. Both deadheads and the cops were generally cool. For example, we took pictures and they took pictures. Some said it was an excellent example of how to run a Dead show. One step that seemed to help was making sure that everyone knew the rules ahead of time.
Until I get here at 8 o'clock in the morning. I know when I look at it what it is. I'm the man that makes it.
He is the man.
I am the man to see every ticket put out, regardless of where it goes.
So what's the story? When do they have to shut down?
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
And then when the show is over, can they vend again?
No, not until 8 o'clock in the morning.
Not until 8 o'clock in the morning. Is that when you're going to set it up again?
Set up again at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Right.
You got an extra ticket?
I wish I did, honey. I'd make you take it.
Despite most people's best efforts, there were arrests outside the amphitheater, and Stanford officials told the college newspaper they were questioning whether to ask the band back next year.
We're on TV. Iron ticket, American ticket, any ticket. Got any extra tickets? Yeah, I have one.
Tickets to both sold-out shows were, as always, very scarce, with lots of folks hoping for a miracle. Some were lucky, most were not. And some found they had bought counterfeit tickets and waited in line only to be turned away. For those that did get in, they saw 2 mellow shows. Saturday was the most laid back, but what it lacked in energy, it made up in length. One of the longest in years, 23 songs. The high energy point was probably the unusual China Cat Rider first set closer, but the silences were some of the most powerful moments on both days. Saturday's best was during I Will Take You Home. Some call it Brent's Lullaby, sung to an absolutely silent crowd right after drums. Another first set highlight was The Race Is On, apparently played in honor of the Kentucky Derby being held that day. The last time the band played the song was in Sacramento in 1986, another Kentucky Derby day. It took a few songs on Saturday for Dan Healy to get the sound right. The band was trying out a new set of speakers. On Sunday, Healy gave a talk on acoustics to a couple of college music classes before the show. Sunday's show was shorter, higher energy, and the band played several more new songs. It was the Dead's home turf debut of Built to Last, followed immediately by Picasso Moon, Bobby's new song written with lyricist John Barlow. The second set opened with Jerry's new tune Foolish Heart, written with Robert Hunter, and then Victim or the Crime, another new Bobby tune, which was followed by Crazy Fingers. Kids were everywhere. There was a whole other world going on 2 feet off the ground, a sight seen only at daytime shows like Frost and the Greek.
It's like a hotel. Hotels, it's a Hyatt.
Let's go. You have to leave now, please. Let's go.
After both shows, everyone was told to leave the area quickly. Most got back into their cars and left. Others had to do some work first. And a few had to rely more on man than on machine. On Sunday, people were trying to get back home. Many were helping to put the area back in the condition we found it the day before, and it all seemed to work out well. As evening fell, the Stanford campus was its old ivory, or rather pink, towered self.